Hello, everyone. Welcome to BadgerBeat.com. Rob Hernandez alongside Tom Oates. It's time for Oates's grades. And Oatesy, in this big win over South Florida, maybe not big enough. I'm guessing grade-wise, it'll reflect maybe not enough studying this week.
It's a good way to put it, Rob. No, I think it's been tough to grade the Badgers because they varied so much from half to half. Certainly in the first half, they were abysmal on offense. I thought in the second half, they came out and did what they had to do, and they adjusted to some of the things South Florida was doing on the defensive front to slow down their running game and just started pounding the ball and even started completing a few passes and got back to, what Wisconsin needs to do and they outscored South Florida 24-0 in the second half. So I didn't think it was what you would call a good offensive performance. It was a very average offensive performance, but they came out and did the things they had to do to win the game, and I thought that was the impressive part. Especially I thought Melvin Gordon. I thought he really rallied the team and put the team on his back, and that's what you want out of your best player.
Well, C+ for the offense from Tom Oates on his grade there, but defensively the grade a little bit higher. What do you think about the way the Badgers played collectively start to finish? The B+ shows a little bit better defensively than offensively, but still probably not where they want to get to.
No, not where they want to get to. They're giving up too many big plays. I think they give up 4 big plays in the passing game. Big plays being defined as 20 yards or more.
Right.
I think they gave up 4 in the passing game and 1 in the running game, and that they just don't want to do that. That's an occasional breakdown. On one of those big plays, freshman safety Lubern Figaro came over and caused a fumble,
right.
and Vince Beagle, who had slipped and gotten beat on the play,
right.
hustled his way back into the play and got the recovery. So it ended up being a pretty impressive play. But you can't give up those things in the Big Ten. And I think everybody was looking at this game in some way as it's the last game before the Big Ten, and
right.
and they need to start doing some things. So they really need to shore that up. On the other hand, they stopped the run, which they've done. It was a big question mark coming into the season. In most of these games, they've stopped the run, and they turned the ball over fairly consistently. They want 3 a game. They're getting 2 a game.
Right.
Well, but they're not getting 5 one game and none for the next 3.
Right.
They're getting 2 every game, and I think that consistency reflects something pretty good.
So they're close. Special teams, you give them a B, Oatesy. Not quite as glitzy and glamorous as perhaps past weeks, but solid and close.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought the special teams held their own. South Florida had a great punter, and
right.
he did a great job. Limited their opportunities, but the one chance they had to get really good field position, Kenzel Doe returned it for about 30 yards and got him good field position, and that was part of the stretch in the third quarter where they won the game and basically put the game away. So that's what you want. Love the freshman kicker. He's had a little inconsistency. He didn't today. Knocked in a 39-yarder, and then Gary Anderson took it off the board.
Right.
And came back, and they moved it a little closer, and
right.
came back and made another one. Now that might have bothered a young freshman, but he came back and kicked the next one right through. So I'm pretty impressed with that kid. If he's got that leg strength, and if he can develop consistency, he's going to really give UW a good kicker for a long time.
Coaching Oatesy gets a B. I know the fans out there are a little bit miffed at why not more adjustments, quicker adjustments sooner in a 3-3 game at half. How do you grade the coaching in this game? What did you like about the adjustments that were made, and maybe the timing of those adjustments?
Well, I liked some of the things they did with Gordon and Clement in the backfield together. I thought that was a nice little interesting turn in this game. They didn't all work, but faking jet sweeps to either player. I thought was pretty confusing to South Florida, and ultimately ended up with a 28-yard screen pass off a fake jet sweep with both in the game. That was a really critical play, or could have been if they hadn't fumbled inside the 10-yard line. But I like some of that. I think they were a little slow to adjust to some of the. I think South Florida's front seven was using its speed to really disrupt the running game, to attack gaps and disrupt the running game. I thought they were a little slow in reacting to that. But they eventually did, and especially at halftime they did, and they came out in the second half and pretty much had that sealed off.
Overall, Tom Oates gives the Badger effort today against South Florida a B-. Oatesy, a B- today in a very critical week of practice to shore up that grade and put them in position for an A performance against Northwestern. This is it. There's no more messing around. Big Ten plays upon us, and coming in with a B- might not be the grade they wanted to come in on.
No, I don't think so. I think they're still wondering about a lot of things. Gary Anderson admitted after the game that they're still wondering about a lot of things. They need to improve their passing game. There's just no question, especially the outside receivers. It just has to happen. They need to shore up the defense a little bit, as we talked earlier with the big plays. But by and large, I think this team has shown that it has some ability, and it has the ability to compete in the Big Ten with anyone. I do think that. I think it's shown that. There's work to be done, but there was some progress. Now, throughout the 4-game preseason, I think there was 2 steps forward and 1 step back kind of progress.
Right.
But I believe there was progress nonetheless, and I'm not sure this is the kind of team you might look at and say, well, maybe they could use one more non-conference game, but they don't have that luxury, so here we go.
Here we go is right. Those are Tom Oates' grades for the 27-10 win by the Badgers over South Florida here at Camp Randall. For Tom Oates, I'm Rob Hernandez. Thanks for watching Badger Beat. We'll grade the Badgers again next week after the game at Northwestern.